Why is Superman weak? There's a shocking moment in the new Superman teaser trailer, and it's a game changer. In the very first scene, we see a defeated and bloodied Superman crashing into the snow, looking more vulnerable than ever, trying to run away from someone. But why is Superman so weak? James Gunn's upcoming reboot is breaking all the rules and raising more questions than answers. In the next few minutes, we're diving into what this shocking new portrayal means for Superman's future. From the first look at David Cornwell's Clark Kent to clues about the bigger DC universe, this teaser packs a punch, but there's one moment you might have missed that could change everything. Stick around because we're about to decode what's hiding in plain sight and why this new Superman is far from the hero we're used to seeing. The first shot of the new Superman trailer immediately grabs your attention. Superman, the invincible Man of Steel, is lying beaten and bloodied in the snow. It's not the image most people expect of the all-powerful superhero. Who could have done this to him? The trailer keeps the answers hidden, but it drops plenty of hints. Fans are already speculating that Lex Luthor, the villain who's always obsessed with taking Superman down, is a strong candidate. This classic rivalry might be back in full swing, adding depth to the story. But there's more to this opening moment than just shock value. Superman is lying in a crater, his body curled inward, striking a pose that anime fans will instantly recognize as the Yamcha pose from Dragon Ball Z. In the anime, this pose represents total defeat, and its inclusion here is a bold choice. It's a fun nod to pop culture, but also sets the stage for a new direction. This isn't the untouchable, godlike Superman we're used to seeing. Superman is vulnerable, relatable, and very human. This theme of weakness ties into another crucial element of the Superman story: Kryptonite. While the trailer doesn't directly show Kryptonite, its effects are clear. The glowing green rock, famously known as Superman's Achilles heel, has been used in countless stories to weaken it. Remember at Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, when Batman totally took Superman down? He used kryptonite gas to weaken him and even crafted a kryptonite spear to finish the job. It was a powerful reminder of just how dangerous kryptonite can be, even for someone as unstoppable as Superman. Whoever brought Superman to his knees in the trailer likely had access to kryptonite. This mysterious element has always been a clever way to make Superman, who is otherwise unstoppable, feel more human. By holding back on revealing kryptonite in the trailer, the filmmakers keep us guessing while leaving room for surprises in the film. It has to be accepted the director's choice to show Superman at his lowest is deliberate. Many people criticize Superman for being too perfect or too powerful, making him hard to relate to, but this trailer flips that idea. The movie, directed by James Gunn, is the first chapter in his reimagining DC universe, Gods and Monsters. Gunn promises a version of Superman closer to the character's heart, a hero who inspires hope, stands for compassion, and doesn't feel out of reach. This idea of vulnerability is a key theme in the trailer. In the opening scene, Superman is visibly injured and bleeding, a rare sight for a character known for his near invincibility. While he's down, it's not just his strength that saves him, it's Krypto, his loyal dog. Yes, Superman's famous super dog makes his big screen debut, adding a heartfelt moment to an already emotional scene. Krypto's rescue highlights an important message: even the strongest heroes need help sometimes. But Superman's struggles aren't just physical. The trailer hints at bigger challenges waiting in the world around him. Gunn's new DC universe promises to introduce new characters from Supergirl to Hawkgirl to the Green Lanterns. It's an ambitious project to connect these characters in a shared cinematic universe. However, bringing in so many heroes can be tricky. Will their introductions feel meaningful, or will they be lost in the shuffle? Gunn has always proven that he can handle large ensembles in movies like Guardians of the Galaxy from Volume 1 to Volume 3 and The Suicide Squad. So James Gunn is a person who cannot work with a single character. Except Brightburn and Super, all his movies has multiple characters, and that's how he likes to work, so fans are hopeful. The trailer also hints at a darker side of his world. A subplot revolves around Stag Industries, a powerful corporation with shady motives. Much like Vought International from The Boys, Stag Industries doesn't just manipulate heroes, they create them. They build up superheroes only to eventually push them out of the hero business and into PR stunts, crafting polished public images and cashing in on their fame. So my guess is that just like heroes, all the villains in this movie are also under the control of Stag Industries. Those over-the-top costumes and outrageous hairstyles, they're probably designed to make the villains stand out and grab attention, crafted to appeal to the audience just like a marketing gimmick. But Superman refuses to play by their rules in this corporate-controlled superhero superhero world, he stands apart, staying true to his values and doing what's right, even if it means making powerful enemies. Moreover, Superman's defiance of Stag Industries creates tension that could drive much of the movie's conflict. By helping people in places where he's not supposed to, Superman challenges the corporate status quo, putting himself at odds with other heroes who may be tied to Stag's influence. This makes Superman more than just a fighter of villains. He becomes a symbol of integrity, standing up against a system prioritizing profit over people. It's a modern twist on the classic hero narrative that feels especially relevant today. No doubt, Stag Industries' role adds an interesting layer to the story. Founded by Simon Stagg, the company has a history of shady dealings in the DC Comics. The trailer doesn't reveal much about how they'll fit into the movie, but their presence suggests a deeper exploration of corporate power and its impact on heroism. Whether through confrontation or subtle manipulation, their conflict with Superman will surely be a key part of the plot. But Stag Industries might not be Superman's only problem. A bigger threat in the shadows, Lex Luthor. He's the genius billionaire and CEO of Luthor Corp. He's always been Superman's most dangerous enemy. Unlike most villains, Lex doesn't rely on physical powers to fight Superman. Instead, he uses his brilliant mind and vast resources to create traps, spread lies, and manipulate people to serve his goals. In the trailer, Lex seems ready to exploit Superman's current struggles. With a hero feeling isolated, Lex might take the opportunity to turn public opinion against him. Imagine Lex convincing the world that Superman is a threat instead of a savior. He could picture Superman as a danger to humanity, fueling fear and mistrust among people. But Lex isn't just about words. There are strong hints that he may have a far more sinister plan, a project that involves cloning Superman himself. One of the most curious theories about the trailer is the possibility of an evil version of Superman showing up. In DC Comics, this character is known as Ultraman, a dark and twisted reflection of the Man of Steel. In the comics, Ultraman is from an alternate universe where he leads a group of villains called the Crime Syndicate. We will talk about Crime Syndicate in a few minutes. However, James Gunn's interpretation might be more grounded. In this story, Ultraman could be a Kryptonite-enhanced clone created by Lex Luthor. The idea fits perfectly with Lex's desire to control Superman's legacy. By creating his version of the hero, Lex could replace Superman and discredit him entirely. The evil clone wouldn't share Superman's compassion or sense of justice. Instead, Ultraman would use his powers for destruction and domination, making him an incredibly dangerous enemy. While Ultraman seems likely, another possible antagonist could be Bizarro, another clone of Superman, but one with a very different twist. Unlike Ultraman, Bizarro isn't evil by design. He's more of a flawed creation, a distorted version of Superman who struggles to make sense of the world. Speaking of powers, Bizarro's powers are reversed compared to Superman's. For example, he has cold vision instead of heat vision, and his breath emits heat instead of freezing air. On top of that, Bizarro's story often leans toward tragedy. He means well but causes chaos because he misunderstands right and wrong. While it's unclear if Bizarro will appear in the movie or if Ultraman will take center stage, both characters offer unique challenges for Superman. If we could talk about Ultraman from the comics, he doesn't belong to DC's main universe. Ultraman comes from an alternate Earth, Earth 3, where he's pure evil. In fact, all the superheroes on Earth 3 are pure villains. Instead of the Justice League, they have the Crime Syndicate, a team made up of evil versions of our favorite heroes. There's Owlman, the evil version of Batman, Superwoman, the evil version of Wonder Woman, and of course Ultraman, the dark and ruthless version of Superman. But I'm pretty sure that James Gunn will not pull off all these complications in this movie. Despite this, the trailer also introduces a mysterious character named Metamorpho. The individual has been able to transform parts of their body into different materials, which could link back to radioactive experiments. Whether Metamorpho is a failed attempt to recreate Superman's powers or a result of Lex's experiments remains a mystery yet. Characters like Metamorpho bring fresh energy to the story but hint at the larger impact of science and greed in Superman's world. These new threats could tie into the movie's theme of corporate power, morality, and the dangers of unchecked ambition. Building on our earlier guess that the person in the black costume could be an evil version of Superman, another fascinating theory is that he might actually be Parasite, a villain with the terrifying ability to drain energy and powers from others just by touching them. Superman looks unusually weak in the trailer, and there are hints of glowing green and purple energy, both of which point toward Parasite's involvement. Parasite's powers make him one of Superman's most dangerous enemies. Not only can he absorb Superman's strength, he can also steal memories and skills, using them to his advantage. However, these stolen abilities don't last forever, so Parasite must repeatedly drain his victims to maintain his power. Imagine Superman battling an enemy who gets stronger every time they fight. The more Parasite Parasite takes, the weaker Superman becomes. This kind of villain forces Superman to think creatively and rely on his intelligence rather than sheer strength. Summing up, the trailer's climactic scenes hint at an intense showdown. Pulsing green and purple energy fills the screen, suggesting a mix of kryptonite and something even more dangerous. The stakes couldn't be higher, whether it's Parasite, Ultraman, or a monstrous experiment gone wrong. Overall, the battle isn't just about defeating the villain. It's about Superman proving that his values, hope, integrity, and compassion can overcome even the darkest forces. The chaos of the fight mirrors the internal struggle Superman faces as he works to regain his strength and remind the world why they need a hero like him. Well, the trailer has left fans buzzing with excitement and speculation. James Gunn's approach to Superman seems to balance classic elements like the rivalry with Lex Luthor with fresh twists that feel modern and relevant. In conclusion, the story goes beyond action and spectacle, diving into themes of trust, morality, and the power of hope. Whether Superman faces Ultraman, Parasite, or both, this movie is shaping up to be a thrilling exploration of what it means to be a hero in a complex world. Fans eagerly await the answers to these questions at the moment they finally see the Man of Steel rebound onto the big screen. So what do you think? Will Superman rise stronger than ever? Or is this new vulnerability just the beginning of an epic transformation? Drop your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.